So it turns out Micah Parsons sent a direct message to Myles Garrett in the light of the Eagles' latest Super Bowl win. Let's get into it and let's analyze it. Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Mauricio Rodriguez here at A to Z Sports Dallas. So as you might know, Myles Garrett requested a trade from the Cleveland Browns because he doesn't want to be there anymore, and he doesn't have a no-trade clause, so it could be easy, quote unquote, for the Browns to get him chipped away elsewhere. And if they do, they will get a haul of draft picks. Now, Mike Parsons has tried to publicly recruit Garrett through various appearances on podcasts and shows, mostly during Super Bowl week. One of those was on NFL on CBS, where he went out there and he said, you know what, I would take less money if it meant we could land Myles Garrett, but he would also need to do that. Now, keep in mind, Parsons himself is entering a crucial offseason where he's expected to negotiate his first big contract extension with the Cowboys and likely become the highest paid player in NFL history, excluding quarterbacks. Now, Parsons has been aggressive in this negotiating process early on because he's put the ball on the Cowboys' court. He said things like, we cannot wait, we should do this now, we should benefit from the extension, lowering the cap hit so we can spend in free agency. And he's even said the Cowboys cannot afford to keep waiting things out, suggesting that they shouldn't wait as long as they did with the CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott negotiations. But on Wednesday, Parsons doubled down on the efforts to recruit Myles Garrett by sending out a tweet that said, let's be Thanos and stop this. Talking about the Eagles, talking about building a dynasty, and Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley, etc., being more or less on the same page about this just being the start for them. Now, if you're a Cowboys fan just perusing social media, you might get very excited about the tweet, right? Parsons doing his part to build a super team, and boy, would it be fun to get Parsons and Garrett, two of the best defenders in the NFL, on the same squad. It would be awesome, but there are several problems to this. One, it would require the Cowboys making arguably the most aggressive move in franchise history. Trading for Garrett would basically require three things. Number one, the Cowboys would have to put together a trade compensation package that would be so enticing for the Browns to be like, okay, sure, we'll lose Garrett. That wouldn't be easy, and it would likely require multiple first-round draft picks and some change. Number two, once they acquire Myles Garrett, they would have to sign him to a new deal because that's absolutely what Garrett is looking for. When he signed his contract extension, he became the highest paid player in NFL history, excluding quarterbacks again, but now he's around 20th. Wherever Garrett lands, he will want a new deal. And number three, all of this needs to happen while you pay Micah Parsons himself. Now, sure, Parsons said that he would take less money, but I can guarantee you it wouldn't be like half of what he's looking for. So adding Garrett to the equation just makes it nearly impossible to imagine the Cowboys being as aggressive and getting it done. Could they do so? In theory, yes. And maybe there are crazy front offices out there like the Eagles led by Howie Roseman that will try to find a way to do so. But we know enough about the Cowboys to know they're not about to go ahead and fulfill Parsons' wish. It would be fun, absolutely, and you gotta appreciate Parsons doing his part, but a smart Cowboys fan would question several things. One, is there even a 1% chance of making this happen? And I think the answer is no. And two, what is Parsons really thinking, right? Because sure, this is a great move from his part as far as his PR goes, but there's a very high chance that Parsons knows very well this is never going to happen, and he's just doing it for the fans. But if something were to change, we'll talk about here at A to Z Sports Dallas. See you next time.